Hey y'all, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. I am headed out to the groom shop. We are going to get Bossa cleaned up today and we'll see what else we get into on the farm, but I wanted to catch you up on a couple of things first. First one is how Reese's is doing. She's doing pretty good in her bonding pen. She is talking to and paying very much attention to the little white one, and unfortunately the little black one is now getting bottle fed by me. She sniffs him. You know, she's not full on like rejected him, but he has lost all desire to nurse. I'm trying to get him onto a bottle. Even when I put him up to her, he's just not even willing to nurse. So at this point, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to save him. He seems to be, you know, in good shape when I stand him up, but all he wants to do is sleep, and he doesn't really have any desire to eat. And when he does go to the bathroom and he cries when he's going to the bathroom, she full on ignores him. And she does not want to take him when I tie her up and I try to get him to nurse. She does not want him to nurse. So she's not being mean to him at this point, but she's completely indifferent and just walks away from him. So the little white one she's taking care of, but I'm not sure what the outlook for our little black dude is. The other two are doing wonderful, happy, playful, busybodies into everything, and so they're doing good. We'll see how this bonding pen works for Reese's, but keep your fingers crossed for me. I'm afraid I might be on a slippery slope to sadness. Got my morning chores all done today, and as you can see, it looks a little bit more empty here. I, with my little tiny tractor, managed to get a great big bale out there for the cows. So that will alleviate one chore that I have to do every morning with the wheelbarrow. Now they just have that great big bale and they can free feed and do what they want with it. So that's really cool. Okay, I've got some phone calls and stuff to return, and then the bee is getting a bath. Yeah, you. She's like, no, I have things to do. Look who's all pretty again. The bee. Bee's all pretty again. Okay. And she's off to hunting. Okay. It's time for me to... Oh, seriously? Lord. You're a dork. Okay. Time for me to check on babies and get dinner feed prep done. Let's check on everybody here. See how we're doing. Looks like we're passed out napping. Fine. All right. What are you guys doing? Huh? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Oh, hey you. What are you doing? Oh, such a big boy. Alright, I'm gonna get you guys' meals ready for tonight. Alright, grain is all made up. And I think I figured out the trick for our little black man that doesn't have a name yet. I couldn't figure out why he was so full. Every time I went out to check on him, I mean, he's getting weaker, but he's full, and he doesn't want to drink anything because he's full. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, are you nursing when I'm not around? That wasn't the case. He's drinking water out of the bucket. So I'm tricking him with a bowl of his mother's milk, and I put it down in the water bucket and just make sure that, you know, when he goes to drink water, his mouth ends up in here. And I got him to drink a half of a ration, which is like 3 ounces. So that's good. And then I went ahead and I milked Reese's out again. I got another 8 ounces out of her. So I have some to play with because he still won't take a bottle. I tried again 4 times and he still just fights the bottle, but he drank out of this bowl inside the water bucket. So anyway, now that I'm on to him, I think I've got a little bit of hope. I just got to get him to start wanting to drink milk and not water. He's filling himself up on water and not nutrition. So, all right. There is my load of wood for the day and my progress over here on this stinking wood pile. And then I got about halfway around the orchard and front yard weedy whacked and the leaves blown away from the fence, which is good. You know, slowly but surely getting this place tidied up. There's still a lot to do, but you know, when you're doing this, you just get done what you can. So it's time to go and attempt to feed again. I got to bring Velvet in. So I'm gonna bring Velvet in and feed her. See, he's talking to her. Oh. Oh, and she goes right back to the white one. He's looking for his water bucket. It's not there. I pulled it because this is what I wanted. I didn't want him to get up while I was gone and drink a bunch of water. So I've been coming in here every hour and, you know, offering water. And this time I'll leave the water in there because I don't want to take water from Reese's for very long at all. But I need to get him drinking. Whether it's from me or from her, I don't care, but it can't just be the water bucket. And I mean, he'll drink himself to death. As far as he'll just drink water, think he's full, and then she's not letting him nurse, so he'll just wither away with a full belly of water. It's just not going to happen on my watch. Got to at least try. So, and this isn't my first rodeo raising bottle lambs. It's a crapshoot. Alright. So that's good news. I just got him to drink about 5 ounces. So using and basically what I've done is I pulled, you know, the milk out of the fridge, let it cool in the fridge. And then when he comes up, I put the water bucket in here, and when he comes up to drink water, and the water's dirty right now because he's mucked it up with milk. But I just hold this bowl inside the water bucket and he drinks out of it. He still won't take a bottle. And even when I'm holding Reese's, he'll punch the bag, but he can't figure out how to get the nipple in his mouth. I don't know if he just doesn't have enough strength. But this is working. I got him to drink about 6 ounces, 5 or 6. I'll have to measure it when I get back in the house, but I am going to go ahead and strip more out of her so that when I come out again this evening in a couple hours, that I can know that I'm offering him 6 ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and catch her up, milk her again. Okay, there is more milk, and I'll take it in the house and cool it down for him. I'm going to come back out in about an hour, so I'm going to leave the water here so that Reese's has access to water. I think he's going to sleep for the next hour, so I'll be back. All right, it is the next morning. He made it through the night, and I actually was overnight able to get him latched on to Reese's, and she's not letting him drink without my, interference. I'm having to hold her and even sometimes hold the back leg, but he did drink a couple times from her, and I've just been going out every few hours and hooking him up to her and also offering him other options. This morning he didn't really want to drink a ton from her, and so I did end up trying to get him back on the bottle and getting a little bit down him with the bottle. He is alive, but he's still pretty weak, and he's not thriving, that's for sure. But he is doing okay, and I just got all of my stuff washed. I just remilked Reese's again, and so I'm gonna take all my stuff out there with me, so that when I'm out and about in the barn, if I see him up and trying to drink from the water bucket, that I can immediately interfere and try to get him A, hooked onto Reese's, or B, to drink out of the bowl, however I can get him to drink. The problem is that he runs out of energy fast, and then he just lays down. So I'm gonna take all my stuff out there so that I can have it available while we're out and about today, and I'm gonna get to morning chores. Yeah. So, another day. Well, here's the pasture group today. That's right, Mama. Eat as much as you can. These two are growing fast. And it's so cute. I found a rock. I don't know if you probably can't tell. It's a big old smooth rock boulder that's stuck in the ground there. He laid on top of it. Cutie patooties. Good news is they're doing great. So I went out and weedy whacked some grass for Reese's because I feel bad that she's not out on pasture. I know she needs as many calories as she can get, so I went out and weedy whacked her some grass, and if she finishes this up, then I'll weedy whack her some more. And look who's laying there with his head up and his ears up. In lamb terms, that's a good sign. It's much better than a baby laying flat. Now, that baby over there is laying flat. Cute little eye patch kid. But I know that that baby is just passed out sleeping because that baby nurses all the time. So it's a good sign that little guy's got his head up and looks brighter eyed. I'm fixing to go in and see if he wants to get anything to drink, and clean Reese's water, because of course there's milk mixed into it from trying to feed him. But I'm going to see if I can't stand him up and latch him onto her. For his mid-morning snack. Alright, well, I got him to latch on to mommy 2 or 3 times, and then he took probably a couple ounces from me and the bottle. Bottle training is a struggle, so it wasn't perfect bottle feeding, but we managed to get it down. Isn't this guy just eating minerals already? And I will say that the bonding pin has done wonders for these two. For sure. And this little guy is doing very good, much stronger than he was yesterday. Starting to get into everything. And I watch him nurse multiple times a day. So that is the very, very good news. And he's just stinking cuter than a button. Yes, he is. He's cuter than a button. Yes. Into everything, aren't ya? Yeah. Does that metal taste good? Oh, okay. Moving on. Went ahead and I got waters done. And got stalls done. I finally completed the sheep stall project. So that is kind of, so now I have a completely empty calf pen and a completely empty sheep stall, which will be great for when it's time to bump the mothers over for weaning the babies. And then I will take you up front. Then I was out doing the chicken tractor. This morning. And I broke my winch on my 4-wheeler. And it's no secret, Mr. Wonderful has always dubbed me very hard on equipment. And I am, because I have a Mr. Wonderful. So yeah, I'm learning that I don't have a Mr. Wonderful now, and I have to fix it on my own. So I spent a good hour and a half this morning with my winch. And I had to take it all apart. And I had coiled up the winch cable in the, well, basically in the wheel, the mechanism that turns the winch, not the wheel where the cord is actually supposed to be held. No, the, you know, like the internal part of it. So anywho, I got that all out and got that fixed and cut it off and tied my hook back on. So now my winch is fixed. And so that was an hour and a half of my morning. Oh, and then Mr. Wonderful called, so I took him on a impromptu garden tour. And I think that I may, this afternoon, I'm struggling so hard with all of those weeds in the center of the bed, and I think I'm gonna try to go in between the squash where I have nothing planted and get in there and weed out those big tall weeds. So anywho, that was my morning, you guys. Thanks for coming along with me. It's always a pleasure that you decide to stop by the farm and come with me through all of the trials and tribulations and fails and successes. And I know that the last couple days have been trials and tribulations and not necessarily the success, or yeah, the successes, but we haven't failed yet. We're gonna keep on trucking and keep doing the best we can for that little man. And she seems to, the bonding pen is working good, so that's good with the other lamb. And if I could just get him latched onto a bottle, I feel like I'd be smooth sailing. But so far, we're still fighting it. So I'm gonna keep on fighting the good fight with him, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Yours truly.